Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown spoilers, main event spoilers, and also wrestling going around the world. I think I have some indie Fed results from WrestleMania weekend around Dallas and Houston. Happy birthday goes to Charlotte. She turned 30 years old. On Tuesday, Wild Hall of Famer Sika Inoue turned 71, and Diamond Dallas Page turned 60, who was also in WrestleMania. Tonight's WWE SmackDown main event tapings will take place from Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, with more WrestleMania 32 Fallout. Confirmed for SmackDown is the debut of NXT Superstars Evolved Villains Tag Team. Zack Ryder versus Intercontinental Champion The Miz with Maurice, who's back with WWE, by the way. As on the new Total Divas, she will debut on the next season. Other superstars advertised: Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, and Bray Wyatt. Dark main event of Reigns, Ambrose, and Styles versus Wyatt. Jericho and Owens was also advertised. So, the dark match: Reigns, Ambrose, and Styles versus Wyatt, Jericho, and Owens was advertised. And from the dirt sheets, there was no results of that. AJ Styles won the Fatal 4-Way on last night's Raw to become the new number one contender to the World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. WWE posted this video of Styles getting emotional in the ring after Raw went off the air. So there's whatever. Then we'll talk backstage at WrestleMania 32 that the Hell in a Cell win over Shane McMahon may have been the Undertaker's last match anyways. Despite the overcoming stipulation, F4W Online noted that the Taker was telling people backstage that this was indeed his final match. It's worth noting that Taker has said that this after previous WrestleMania matches, and he's booked to wrestle on the post-WrestleMania European tour. Also notes that King Barrett was also kicked out of the League of Nations by Sheamus on Raw. Rusev and Alberto Del Rio on last night's post-WrestleMania 32 from Raw from Dallas. In this Fallout video, Barrett has words from the league and says good riddance. Barrett also says he doesn't care about the WWE Universe fans chanting his name or any tag partners. No word yet on this, leading to Barrett's exit from the company. In this next video link, Intercontinental Champion The Miz and wife Maurice talked to Rich Brennan after his big win on last night's Raw in Dallas. Miz was confronted by WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall, who congratulated him. Hall asked Miz to give Zack Ryder a rematch, and as noted, that match will take place on SmackDown. TMZ caught up with the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns and Women's Champion Charlotte after their Today Show match, Today Show appearance in New York City on Monday morning. So they had to fly from New York City back to Houston or to Dallas. Go to that link for that. Charlotte also commented on her dad, Ric Flair's reaction to WrestleMania 32 and joked that he was probably still crying and he was more excited about her entrance because her robe was made out of pieces from WrestleMania 24 retirement robe. The Dudley Boys were running a WrestleMania special for their Team 3D Academy in Florida that featured 1 year of training for just $999. They noted on Twitter that 16 new students signed up through the special. Unknown who they were, I commented and I haven't heard anything, and also asked them if they're still running that special. BigBadToyStore.com is releasing a new $249.99 Hulk Hogan action figure from Storm Collectibles. And this is a 1/6 scale Hulkamania figure featuring extra arms, facial expressions, interchangeable hands, and Hogan fashion accessories to create different looks. Check it out. BigBadToyStore.com. Zack Ryder tweeted the following after losing his Intercontinental title match on Raw last night. As noted, Ryder will get his rematch on SmackDown this week. At Zack Ryder, #Raw, thank you. You deserve it, Chance. Dad, thanks for trying to help. at Mike the Miz. Thanks for giving me another reason to kick your ass. Cena did not appear on last night's Raw. According to Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Radio, Cena may not really be cleared to return to the ring and wrestle. Obviously, he wasn't good enough. He was good enough to do the angle with the Wyatt family, but talk is that he's not ready to return full time. Well, you got a lot of bumps and stuff to take, so you're not going to be able to just do that just yet. Oh, by the way, he is at least lifting weights sooner than everybody is expected. But furthermore, we've heard rumors that Cena may not be in action until May or June. This goes with late March report from the Wrestling Observer newsletter that said Cena was expected to be out of action until July. Another a photo from WrestleMania weekend with Scott Hall and Bullet Club member Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows behind me there. As well as they were backstage at Raw. Leaf Chronicle in Tennessee reports that Anthony Gregory Mayweather, a.k.a. Crimson from TNA, was arrested and charged with domestic assault outside of a Clarksville, Tennessee hotel early on Sunday morning. He's accused of headbutting his wife. Well, as somebody used to say, well, wonder who that could be. Hawk? Road Warriors? According to the arrest warrant, police were called to a domestic assault outside of Midtown Inn on Craft Street at 1:33 a.m. after someone called 911 and said a man headbutted a woman. When police arrived, the woman told them everything was fine as she attempted to pull her husband, Crimson, away from the police. The woman, Heather Mayweather, had blood coming from her nose and lip, was bleeding, but told the police that she fell down and nothing physical happened between them. But Crimson also said nothing physical happened, but police said he was very defensive about officers interviewing his wife. Security guard from a nearby restaurant told officers he witnessed Crimson headbutting Heather in her face. Former TNA star was booked into the Montgomery County Jail, and I'll show you a photo of that, and his bond is only $2,500. His wife was also arrested and charged with public intoxication. Police said she had slurred speech and was uneasy on her feet. She was booked on $439 bond. Well, there's only mugshots of him, since he's the famous one. My guess she was so drunk, she probably put her head down right into Crimson's head and just caught it, whatever. That's my guess. WWE ring announcer and Cody Rhodes' wife, Eden, tweeted that she had some great news last night after all. No word yet on what that might be. My educated guess is she might be pregnant, but that was unconfirmed. And she later replied to me back, no, she's not pregnant, but good guess. She did tweet back after I asked her, like I said. But she still has not. She's still teasing something. Well, she's not pregnant. What could it be? Follow her on Twitter.com. Looks like the Matador tag team is over with. The WWE has been planning this for months and noted this last year. And it looks like they are airing a video of the new Primo and Epico from Raw, which I did not see it at all, but they will redo it on SmackDown. No word yet on when they will re-debut. Show you a picture of it and a link for that as well. As they supposedly went back to Mexico, and you can see that photo of that. As WWE has announced, TV host Dr. Phil, special guest star of next week's Raw from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Guest star, not GM. clear it out. Show you a picture of that. Go to Instagram on that. The Miz defeated Zack Ryder to become the new Intercontinental Champion on Monday's post-WrestleMania 32 from Dallas. But Ryder will get his rematch on SmackDown. Looks like former Divas Champion is back with WWE full-time as she's being advertised in the Miz's Corner on SmackDown. And here's a photo of them backstage. Go to that link from their Instagram account. No word yet on if WWE plans on bringing Carmella to the main roster now that NXT superstars Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy have debuted. She tweeted the following after their segment with the Dudley Boys from Raw at Carmella WWE. So proud of my boys. Hashtag Raw after Mania. Well, the reason Mick Foley did not appear at the Hall of Fame ceremony from Saturday night in Dallas, he appeared at the WWN Super Show to surprise Terry Funk with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Foley actually visited Vince McMahon asked Vince McMahon for permission to miss the WWE ceremony. According to PW Insider, Foley agreed to make the appearance with WWN under the condition that Funk didn't know he was coming. The WWN is planning on releasing the segment, which also features Sabu, by YouTube soon. WWE sent the following today. Erebus Pictures, WWE Studios, and Gene Simmons Company announced Wesley Snipes and Hitchy, Dave Annabelle, and WWE superstar Seth Rollins to star in John Stockwell's thriller called Temple. Principal photography to start on April 6th. From Los Angeles, California, on April 5th, 2016, Erebus Pictures, the Jenner specialty labeled, formed by multimedia magnate and KISS co-founder Gene Simmons and WWE Studios, announced today that Wesley Snipes, Expendables 3, and Hitchy, Wildcard, Dave Annabelle from Brothers and Sisters, and WWE superstar Seth Rollins are on board to star in the John Stockwell directed thriller Temple. Filming will commence on Wednesday, April 6th. Well, since this is April 6th morning, Snipes will serve as a producer on Temple along with Simmons and WWE Studios president Michael Luisi. Temple, written by Matt Savoloni, From Exile to Babylon, and directed by John Stockwell, In the Blood, follows a team of trained operatives consisting of Snipes, Hitchy, Annabelle, and Rollins, who find themselves trapped inside a isolated military compound after its artificial intelligence is suddenly shut down and then begin to experience strange and horrific phenomena. Gene and I are thrilled to have such a stellar cast on board for our first Erebus picture, as Michael Luisi stated, also president of WWE Studios. We also look forward to extending our relationship with John Stockwell. I cannot be more pleased that we are launching our first film for Erebus Pictures and have John on board to direct, said Gene Simmons. I am really looking forward to working with this fantastic cast as well as Michael and the whole team at WWE. It's exciting to find myself in a genre and I have always wanted to explore, said Wesley Snipes. We are looking forward to a great brand collaboration with Erebus, WWE, and Gene. As previously announced, Gene Simmons partnered with WWE Studios to launch Erebus Pictures to produce elevated genre films. Erebus Pictures plans to use WWE's extensive platforms from weekly TV shows, including WWE's flagship program, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, digital, social media, and WWE Network to market the film. Bradley Buchanan handled negotiations on behalf of WWE Studios. Thanks to the credit of Paul Crockett and PW Insider for the following results. Pre-show, P-Dog and Raphael King versus Shane Taylor and Keith Lee. This pre-show match features local Texas talent getting a showcase. Taylor and Lee are two very large African-American men, while P-Dog is doing a Jack Evans Grandmaster Sexay, and King got a Bruno Mars chant to give you an idea of what he looks like. P-Dog got on the mic and did a beatbox freestyle. The crowd did not like it and told him so on a vulgar manner, and then he got punched in the mouth. Keith Lee showed exceptional athleticism for his size, while Taylor played a more traditional big man. The finish saw Taylor and Lee hit an assisted sit-out powerbomb for the win. Match number 2, Christopher Daniels versus Bobby Fish. Both guys are really over with the crowd. There was a lot of really great fun back and forth early on in the match. Daniels got the advantage by using a distraction to kick Fish in the left arm and work it over for the rest of the way. Fish went for a moonsault, and Daniels caught him with an arm submission for a close call on a submission. Daniels went for the best moonsault ever and missed. They traded some hard kicks when Fish rolled him into a knee bar for the win. Roger Strong versus Moose. Moose threw one of the streamers in Strong's face, which prompted Strong to jump him before the bell. Moose responded with a huge drop kick where all the streamers balled up and went up with him as he connected. As Moose was getting his usual chant for his fist pump, Roddy responded with a fist pump of his own to a Roddy chant, followed by an around the ring jumping knee. Strong worked Moose over after getting the advantage. The man in the front row got under his skin, and Strong went out and got right in his face. But luckily nothing happened. Story of the match was Strong trying to overwhelm Moose with constant kicks, chops, and strikes, while Moose overcame it with sheer force and power. Moose went for a boot on the outside, but Strong missed, and Moose kicked Bobby Fish, who was doing commentary on ringside. Fish began to pace around the ring. Strong pulled the ref in front of him and used the distraction to hit a jumping knee and then a sick kick, but Moose kicked out at one to a giant pop. Strong reacted quickly and hit the 3 jumping knees, one without a knee pad, and then the sick kick for the win. After the match, Fish jumped Strong, but Strong bailed. BJ Whitmer was out with the House of Truth members, Joey Daddy Go and Taylor Hendricks. He gets cut off by the crowd about 30 times before he says he is with the HOT, House of Truth, tonight because he took another payoff to let Joey take his spot. He then goes and joins the broadcast booth to show Mr. Wrestling number 3 how it's done. 6-man mayhem match, Joey Daddy Go versus Adam Page versus Donovan D-Jock. With Prince standing in his corner versus Frank Xavier versus Cheeseburger versus Dalton Castle. There's a lot of action to call here, but our early highlights are everyone ducking out on Kazarian when he tried to tag out, while things to wrestle Castle and getting creeped out, and Cheeseburger and Castle playing the mirror game with each other. Then everyone getting a nut shot and agonizing in the ring together. But then they showed unity by all hitting Kazarian low. Cheeseburger trying to punch onto all 4 guys, but was caught. D-Jock was not caught as he hit a springboard somersault plancha, flooring everyone. Dalton Castle got the win when he hit the bangarang on Cheeseburger. After the match, D-Jock and Daddy Go continued their feud by fighting on the outside. Kyle O'Reilly versus Matt Seidel. Some absolutely outstanding mat work between the two to start things off. Similar to the opener, but a little quicker and a little more crisp. Seidel, the formerly Evan Bourne, was going after the left leg of O'Reilly while Kyle was working on Seidel's left arm. They continued to make this a slower pace, methodical mat battle. The crowd was a little quiet for this, but they were still appreciative of the work. The two traded quick pinfall and submission attempts. While Seidel went for the shooting star press, O'Reilly made a quick decision and caught him out of the SSP into a triangle and transitioned into an armbar for the win. Intermission. Deonna Purrazzo and Amber Gallows versus Solo Darling and Mandy Leon. Well, 2 girls versus 1 guy and another female. Purrazzo and Leon did good work back and forth early on before Darling and Gallows were respectively tagged in. Purrazzo provided a quick distraction that let Gallows take advantage. It broke down into a fight outside with Gallows and Purrazzo doing good heel double team work. They cut off the ring for Darling, but she got the hot tag to Leon. Okay, Solo Darling is a female. I'm thinking of Damian Darling. My bad. She cleared house for a bit before the double team work got the best of her. She was able to fight her way back, and Leon got Gallows in a hangman submission for the win. Solo Darling and Mandy Leon won. Match number 6, Adam Cole versus ACH. I've seen ACH wrestle, and he's pretty damn good, so this should be the match of the evening. Cole did his usual Adam Cole baby taunt early on, and so ACH responded with ACH baby. To get under his skin, Cole called for a chest of strength. ACH did the wind up with his arm, and when they clasped hands, Cole kicked him in the gut. The two spilled to the outside. Cole then tossed ACH toward the barricade. ACH jumped onto it. Before he could do anything, Cole kicked his legs from under him, and ACH took a dangerous backwards tumble to the floor. Back inside the ring, Cole controlled the action until ACH countered an Irish whip with a vicious lariat, followed by an exorcist kip up to his feet. Very impressive stuff. They went back to the floor. When they came back in, ACH ran into a super kick and a sliding bome for a near fall. ACH got Cole to the corner. He finally hit the huge second rope somersault plancha for the biggest reaction of the night. The two traded some awesome near falls and had the crowd on fire. ACH had Cole primed for the German suplex when Cole pulled a Toro Yano and grabbed the referee and distracted him while crouching ACH with a backwards leg. He then hitting the springboard brainbuster onto his knee for the win. So Adam Cole won the match. Match number 7, All Night Express, Rhett Titus and Kenny King, Silas Young and Beer City Bruiser versus the Briscoe Brothers and War Machine of Raymond Rowe and Hanson. The match was pandemonium early on with brawling all over the place and dives by both Briscoes to the floor. When the match came back inside the ring, they got the heat on Mark before he made the hot tag to Jay. That didn't last long as the match broke down again with everybody quickly coming in at some point. One point should be made. Beer City Bruiser hit Hanson with a frog splash. It was amazing. Then Hanson hit a somersault plancha from the top rope to the floor on everyone, and that was even more amazing. Eventually, Bruiser was isolated, and Mark hit him with a top rope frog elbow for the win. After the match, Briscoes and War Machine got nose-to-nose to tease an eventual title match. Match number 8, Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Jay Lethal with Taylor Hendricks in his corner versus Leo Rush. I've never heard of this guy myself. Rush earned his shot by winning the top prospect tournament. Usually the winner gets a TV title shot, but with Tomohiro Ishii in Japan, they gave him a world title spot. Title shot. No Truth Martini, as he's still selling the D-Jock injury. Lethal acting very cocky early on, very similar to Apollo Creed, laughing off Rocky Balboa. That tune gradually changed as Rush was keeping up with the really fast-paced chain wrestling. Lethal kept laughing him off until Rush slapped him in the face. They fought into the corner where Lethal was enraged and stomped a mud hole in Rush to teach the young upstart some respect. The match then became this. Could Rush use his lightning, God-given speed and agility to get in enough quick strikes on the veteran Lethal to win? He was making a great, impressive trying, and the match wore on. Rush was throwing everything he had at him, but Lethal still remained cocky and acting as if he could finish it whenever he wanted. He kept telling Rush he was the best in the world. Rush was trying to get up and begging Lethal to keep coming at him. Lethal was yelling at him and slapping him. Rush responded with a flurry of slaps and an insane reverse Hurricane Rana and a frog splash for a near fall. Rush was trying for a top rope move when Lethal hit him with a top rope cutter, followed up with a lethal injection for the win. Amazing match and a star maker performance for Rush. Lethal then got on the mic, but first shook the hand of the fallen Rush for a good round of applause. Lethal said he is the greatest wrestler in the world. He told Rush he's really good and someday he may be better than him, but it's not now. He said there are no challengers left because he has beaten everyone. Out comes Colt Cabana returning to Ring of Honor. Colt got a welcome back chant. He said he's been here since 2002 and has seen them all. Aries, Punk, Dragon, Joe, Nigel, all of them. And while he was okay with his spot on the card, he believes he has to think about his legacy and doesn't want to be known as someone's friend anymore. He's been fired and rejected, but everyone still wants to see him. Jay cuts him off and says, the people can't make you the best. The belt does. He says Colt has been avoiding Ring of Honor for 5 years because he's afraid of Lethal and because the entire locker room doesn't want him here, and neither do the fans, whether they want to believe it or not. Colt says they have been calling him since Cornette left the company, but he said no because he wanted to see the world. But he got a phone call, and this time around it's different because he won't be able to live with himself if he can't wear the Ring of Honor title. Lethal then left the ring, and Hendricks slapped him. Colt told her to do it again because he likes her. Lethal got back in the ring and got in Colt's face. Colt said, you say there's nobody left? Jay, well, now there is. Excellent promo by Colt to establish him as a serious contender. In the main event, Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks. Well, this was a TNA tag match because all the wrestlers here were from the TNA members. Wouldn't you know it, Matt Jackson told the Guns to suck it quite a few times at the beginning of the match. The match turned into a showcase of a lot of fast, high-impact, double-team moves and a lot of super kicks. The Bucks cut the ring off on Shelley and kept control of the match. That changed when Matt went for a baseball slide, kicked through the second ropes onto Shelley, but he moved and kicked Nick. Shelley got the hot tag and Saban went to work. The match broke down on both sides, got a lot of offense in. This included super kicks all around, leading Shelley and Matt to get tangled by the leg and each get dropped by super kicks by their respective opponents. Finish came when the Young Bucks hit Shelley with the Meltzer driver. After the match, Dixon jumped the Bucks until the Briscoes made the save. Daniels then ate a 4-way super kick from the Guns and the Bucks. Then he ate a 6-way from the Guns, the Bucks, and the Briscoes. WrestleCon Super Show results from April the 2nd from Dallas, Texas. Results posted by Ryan Clark. Pentagon Jr. defeated Sammy Callahan. Marty Scurll defeated Will Ospreay to retain the Progress Championship. Chuck Taylor and Colt Cabana defeated Jake Manning and Zane Riley. Tessa Blanchard, who is now with NXT, with Tully Blanchard, her dad, defeated Crazy Mary Dobson. Aerostar Drago and Octagon Jr. defeated Bestia 666, Jack Evans, and Tigre Uno. Team Jarrett, members of Jeff Jarrett, Brian Myers, Jessica Havoc, Luke Hawks, and Sanjay Dutt defeated Team Ryan of Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae, Matt Stryker, Shane Strickland, and Tommy Dreamer. Matt Hardy with Ruby Sky defeated Lance Storm. Yeah, that's the match I was promising you. Well, Lance Storm with Missy Hyatt in his corner. They announced that this was Missy Hyatt's last wrestling appearance ever. Matt Seidel, Rey Mysterio, and Ricochet defeated Brian Cage, Chris Hero, and Zack Sabre Jr. Jeff Hardy defeated Abyss, Andrew Levitt, A.R. Fox, Pentagon Jr., and Trevor Lee in a Monsters Ball match. On a related note, WWE and the USA Network are running a new contest with Titus and his family. Titus O'Neil. His WWE suspension for unprofessional conduct ends on April 10th. being next Sunday. So it's possible that he may return at next week's Raw in Los Angeles or SmackDown in San Diego. And here's about the contest. You can win a trip to Universal the Universal Orlando Resort, home of the world's two most jaw-dropping theme parks, where you'll attend the VIP preview of the new ride, Skull Island, Reign of Kong with WWE superstar Titus O'Neil and his family. You can also explore more of Harry Potter's world than ever before at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Swing high above the streets on the amazing adventures of Spider-Man and prepare for battle on Transformers, the ride 3D. Plus, you'll stay in the heart of the excitement at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort and enjoy the best in restaurants, live music, movies, shopping, and more at Universal City Walk. It's a universe of action, thrills, and excitement for every member of the family. Vacation like you mean it at Universal Orlando Resort. You can win a 3-night trip for 4 to experience it all for yourself, including round-trip airfare for 4 to Orlando, Florida. 4 days, 3 nights on-site accommodation at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Ground transportation between airport and hotel in Orlando. Admission to both Universal's Studios Florida and Universal's Island of Adventure theme parks. Tickets to Blue Man Group. Admissions to Wet n Wild Orlando Water Park. A meet and greet with Titus and his family. Attendance at the VIP preview of Skull Island, Reign of Kong, SM. Eddie Guerrero and Vicky Guerrero's daughters were shown backstage, and you can see a photo of this link at Raw. I'll take it back. At the SmackDown tapings in Houston, as seen below with Natalia. Shaw Guerrero is on the left, and she's married to current NXT star. Now debuting on SmackDown, Aiden English, who is debuting with Simon Gotch on SmackDown. Instagram.com/Natty by Nature. First, results for main event. New Day defeated the Ascension. Baron Corbin defeated Fandango. Paige defeated Emma. Thanks to Stuart Starforth for the following main event spoilers. Tag Team Champions New Day defeated the Ascension in a fun match. Baron Corbin defeated Fandango in about 2 minutes with the end of days. Paige defeated Emma in a lengthy match. Third result from the Toyota Center. Results posted by PW Torch. Brief results. Dark match. Dolph Ziggler defeated Stardust. Tag Team Champions New Day defeated the Ascensions. Baron Corbin defeated Fandango. Paige defeated Emma. Well, that was your third one. They gave at least a dark match prior to SmackDown. First results on SmackDown. Spoilers. Taped in Toyota Center in Houston. Airs this coming Thursday on USA Network. First episode of SmackDown since WrestleMania 32. Roman Reigns comes out to the ring to open up SmackDown with a promo. He's interrupted by AJ Styles. AJ says he wants the belt. Reigns says he'll never beat him for it, and patronizingly patted him on the shoulder before leaving. AJ Styles and Cesaro versus Jericho and Owens in a tag team match is booked for the main event of SmackDown. Wild Villains defeated Lucha Dragons. Kalisto got pinned around 4-minute mark. There, the video recap of Miz winning the IC title from Ryder on Raw. They'll have a rematch later tonight. Natalia defeated Summer Rae by submission. Charlotte and Ric Flair were on commentary. Natalia put Summer in the sharpshooter for the win at the 2-minute 53 second into the match in a women's division match. Natalia and Charlotte have a stare down after the match. Maurice is out to cut a promo about her husband's upcoming rematch with Zack Ryder for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz then defeated Zack Ryder, so he doesn't have another title shot. Maurice got involved, which led to the Miz hitting the Skull Crusher finale for the win at almost the 10-minute mark. Apollo Crews defeated Curtis Axel. Axel lost paper, rock, and scissors with the other Outcast to get the match. Crews hit his sit-out powerbomb for the win shortly after a 2-minute mark. Squash. Backstage, the Dudleys cut a promo on Roman Reigns and said they want him tonight. Baron Corbin is backstage saying he wants a rematch with Dolph Ziggler. Also backstage, Becky Lynch says she'll never stop chasing the women's championship. Emma interrupts and tells her to get back to the back of the line. Dean Ambrose defeated Tyler Breeze. Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds at around 1 minute mark for a quick win. As Dean was walking out, Jericho's pyro hit and they briefly stared each other down on the stage before Jericho made his way to the ring for the main event. They must have been running short on time. AJ Styles and Cesaro defeated Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Jericho hit a heel promo on the Houston fans. Owens and Jericho argued with each other before the match. Heck, they normally walk out of matches. Both walked. Sami Zayn came out and distracted Owens, who got rolled up by Styles for the win around the 12-minute mark. Owens and Zayn brawled after the match. Dudleys came out and jumped AJ Styles, but Roman Reigns made the save. Reigns and Styles eventually shook hands. Jericho interrupts and tells Styles to shake his hand too. But instead, AJ gives him a Styles clash, and then Reigns spears Jericho. Second report, thanks to Stuart Starforth for sending in the following spoilers from SmackDown from Houston, Texas. Roman Reigns kicked off SmackDown with a big reaction, mostly boos. Reigns cut a promo similar to Raw about how he's the guy, not good or bad. AJ comes out to a big pop, and they trade promos. Reigns talks down to AJ and leaves the ring with AJ looking on. Styles and Cesaro versus Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho was announced. Vaudevillains versus Sin Cara and U.S. champion Kalisto was out first. Good pop for Aiden English and Simon Gotch for the entrance, but match felt like a superstar taping. Kalisto took the pin after a double team. Vaudevillains celebrated after the match. Natalya defeated Summer Rae with a sharpshooter. Women's champion Charlotte and Ric Flair were on commentary. Charlotte and Natalya had to stare down after the match, but Charlotte left without anything happening. Intercontinental champion The Miz retained over Zack Ryder. Maurice came out after Ryder, but didn't get much of a pop. Then introduced her husband. Maurice ending up interfering, allowing Miz to hit the skull-crushing finale for the win. Very similar to how he won on Raw. Backstage segment with the Dudleys talking about Roman Reigns. Apollo Crews defeated Curtis Axel in a fairly quick match. Good pop for Crews, better than the Vaudevillains. Backstage segment with Becky Lynch talking about the women's title. Emma interrupts to set up a match. Backstage segment with Baron Corbin talking about Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose squashed Tyler Breeze. Huge pop for Ambrose. After the match, Jericho came out for the next match, and they traded looks on the ramp. Evicted for Primo and Epico from Puerto Rico airing. Probably returning. Jericho cut a heel promo in the ring, but it looks like it was a dart for a commercial. Kevin Owens, Cesaro, and AJ Styles were out for their tag match. Good pop to everyone here. Cesaro, AJ Styles defeated Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho in a solid main event. Sami Zayn came out at the end and wanted to fight off, but officials held him back. This led to AJ rolling a distracted Owens up for the win. After the match, Owens went at Sami on the floor and laid him out. Lovely Boys ran out and attacked AJ in the ring until Roman Reigns made a save, and AJ and Roman cleared the ring, stared each other down. They shook hands, still staring each other down to end the show. Third spoiler report, thanks to PW Torch. Reigns delivered a promo to a mixed reaction. AJ Styles came out and showed respect, yet wants the title. Reigns was patronizing him as he patted him on the shoulder and said he'd never beat him for it. Vaudevillains beat the Lucha Dragons. Natalya defeated Summer Rae by submission. Miz defeated Zack Ryder to retain the IC title. Maurice was with Miz and helped him win the match. Apollo Crews defeated Curtis Axel. Dean Ambrose over Tyler Breeze. Chris Jericho ignored Ambrose by walking past him on the ramp afterwards. AJ Styles and Cesaro beat Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Styles pinned Owens after he was distracted by Sami Zayn. Dudley Boys came out and attacked the Dudleys. Attacked them. Reigns helped out to even up the score. And he and Styles appreciatively shook hands after the match. And that concludes my results and spoilers for this week's SmackDown and WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you all over here. By the way, if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.